Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gaurav and today I will be talking about all the government programs that help you save money when you buy your first home. Now, even if you're not planning to buy this year or you think you are 2 or 3 years away, trust me, you still need to watch this because some of the biggest benefits only work if you start preparing early. If you wait until you're ready to buy, it might already be too late to take full advantage. So, I'll be talking about all the programs one by one, explain how they work with real examples, and at the end, I'll show how combining them can unlock even more savings. Let's get into it. So let's start with the Home Buyers Plan. This is one of the most well-known programs, but it's often misunderstood. If you have savings in your RRSP, you can withdraw up to $60,000 to use towards your first home, completely tax-free. And if you're buying with a partner who also qualifies, that's up to $120,000 combined. That's a huge boost for your down payment. Now, this money isn't just free. You do have to pay it back. Think of it like a loan to yourself. The repayment period is 15 years, so if you take out the full $60,000, you'll need to pay back about $4,000 each year. And if you miss a repayment in any year, then that portion just gets added to your taxable income for the year. And by the way, if you've got money outside your RRSP, say sitting in a savings account, and an unused RRSP room, you might want to contribute it to your RRSP first, get the tax deduction, and then withdraw it through the Home Buyers Plan. You still end up using the same money, but you also get a tax break. Now let's move on to a newer tool, the First Home Savings Account or FHSA. This is honestly one of the best things the government has introduced in a while, and a lot of people still don't fully understand how powerful it is. With an FHSA, you can contribute up to $8,000 per year with a lifetime limit of $40,000. If you're a couple, that's $80,000 combined. What's great is that it combines the best parts of an RRSP and a TFSA. When you put your money in an FHSA, you get a tax deduction, just like an RRSP. And when you take that money out to buy your first home, it's tax-free, like a TFSA. So you're saving the tax when the money goes in, growing it via investments, and not paying tax when it comes out. That's a rare combo. So let's say you're in a 35% tax bracket and you contribute the $8,000. Then you'd save $2,800 in taxes just from that one contribution. And all the investment growth inside the account is also tax-free as long as you use it to buy your first home. And there is a safety net here. If you don't end up buying a home, that's okay because you can roll that FHSA money into your RRSP without it affecting your contribution room. So even if you're not sure when you'll buy or if you're a few years away, opening and funding your FHSA early is a really smart move. The earlier you start, the more you can grow your money tax-free. Now this next one is simple but often misunderstood. The first time home buyers tax credit. When you buy your first home, you can claim a $10,000 tax credit on your return. That gives you about $1,500 in actual tax savings based on the current 15% federal tax rate. You just claim it when you file your taxes for the year you buy your home. If you're buying with a partner, you can split it between the two of you, but the total still maxes out at $10,000. It's not a huge amount compared to some of the others, but it's literally free money just for buying your first home. So make sure you claim it. Now, if you're in Ontario, there's another big government benefit called the Land Transfer Tax Rebate. As a first-time buyer in Ontario, you can get up to $4,000 back from the provincial land transfer tax. And if you're buying in Toronto, there's an additional municipal rebate of $4,475. Just remember, this additional rebate is because there is an additional municipal tax which becomes part of your closing cost if you buy in Toronto. So this gives you more than $8,000 in total rebates if you're buying in the city. This is money you would otherwise be paying out of pocket at closing, so it really helps with those upfront costs. Now your lawyer usually applies for this on your behalf when you close the purchase, but don't assume it will just happen automatically. Confirm with your lawyer ahead of time that you qualify and that they're applying it correctly. It's a really easy win if you're eligible. If you're thinking about buying a new build, then this one is important. In Ontario, HST is 13%. Now that's a big chunk of your purchase price. The good news is there are rebates available to first-time buyers for new construction. Right now, under the current rules, there's a federal rebate worth up to $6,300 and a provincial rebate that can go up to $24,000. Builders will often include these rebates in the price, but again, Always ask because sometimes you might have to apply for it yourself. Now here's where it gets interesting. In 2025, the federal and provincial governments proposed changes that would offer full HST rebates on homes under $1 million. If that happens, the rebates could be as high as $130,000 combined. That is a game changer. Of course, these proposals haven't become law yet, but if they do, buying a new build in that price range suddenly becomes a lot more attractive. So it's worth keeping an eye on that if you're planning to buy in the next year or two. Now let's say you already have savings set aside for a down payment. One of the best places to keep that money is in a TFSA account. The TFSA doesn't give you a tax break when you contribute, but any growth inside it is completely tax-free. And when you take it out, you don't pay any taxes. So if you put, say, $20,000 into your TFSA and invest it conservatively, even a modest 5% return means you're growing your down payment by $1,000 a year tax-free. Just be careful not to take any unnecessary risks. This is your down payment after all, not a crypto portfolio. Stick to safer investments unless you're really confident. And here's a cool tip. If you use the FHSA and TFSA together, you can get the tax deductions through the FHSA and tax-free growth through both accounts. It's a really smart combo. Now let's talk about how to combine all of these to get the maximum benefit. Let's say you're a couple buying your first home in Ontario. You each max out your FHSA and save $80,000 combined, all with tax deductions. You also each withdraw $60,000 from your RRSPs under the home buyers plan. That's $120,000 total. This gets you to $200,000, which you now have for your down payment in a tax efficient manner. Then you claim the $1,500 home buyer's tax credit. You can get up to $8,475 in land transfer tax rebates if you're buying in Toronto. And if you buy a new build and those HST rebate proposals go through, that's possibly another $130,000 back. Even if you don't hit the max in every category, the stacking effect is huge. We're talking potential savings between $50,000 to $100,000 depending on your situation. And remember, most of this is not theoretical. These are real programs available to you right now. You just need to use them. So that's a full breakdown of the major tax benefits for first-time homebuyers in Canada. If this video provided you some value, then hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in learning more about Canadian real estate or US stock markets. Buying your first home is a big step, and if you plan it right, it can also be a big win financially. The money you save now can make a real difference down the line. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.